coming. It had to happen sometime. But you went and brought a knife to an all-out gunfight. And the only thing to save is the banner that you wave to be wrapped around your grave. You got to fall. Who you think you are? Is this what you came for? Will this mean war? Say anything you want, but taco get you nowhere. The only thing you brought was psychological warfare. Well, there's no getting out, and now you gotta wonder who will dig you out when you're 6 feet under.
The War of 1812 was named after 1 year, but actually took 3 years to fight, and the most important battle was fought after the peace treaty was signed.
It was caused by British ships interfering with American trade, kidnapping American soldiers and putting them in the British Navy, and the British encouraging the Native Americans to rebel. America went into York and burned down the Parliament building, and the British responded by attacking 3 forts, Mackinac, Dearborn, and Detroit, headed toward Washington, intending to destroy it.
When the British reached Washington, some of the American cabinet members broke into the White House and stole the U.S. documents, including the Declaration and the Constitution. Dolly Madison gains fame from saving the large portrait of George Washington.
The British attacked Washington and burned down the White House. It looked like the British were going to win.
A turning point in the war was the battle at Fort McHenry. It was in defense of the city of Baltimore. The Navy was firing on Fort McHenry while the land forces were fighting the protected city.
In the harbor next to Fort McHenry, the commanding officer had many merchants sink their ships to create a reef that the British Navy could not sail over. The British used a special cannonball stuffed with gunpowder so that it exploded on contact with anything it hit.
This was a battle that Mary Pickersgill made the largest American flag at the time.
The British had no trouble seeing it. It also helped Francis Scott Key write the national anthem because as he watched the fort being attacked, he saw the flag was still standing.
Britain attacked Fort McHenry for 25 hours, ending with the British realizing they wouldn't be able to defeat the fort.
The Americans and the British signed the treaty ending the war in 1814 before the most important battle happened in 1815, the final battle of the War of 1812.
The Battle of New Orleans, the British wanted to take control of the Mississippi River, which would split America in two, and the only thing standing in their way was Major General Andrew Jackson.
The British split into 3 groups. One diversion force, the other 2 were used for attacking them.
Jackson had a ship sail down the Mississippi River and attacked the British camp at night. This hindered them but did not stop them.
One of the 3 groups managed to get across the rampart, but without reinforcements, they were cut down and killed.
During this attack, the British commanding officer was shot and killed. The forces realized that they will never reach New Orleans and surrendered. Later that February, the message finally reaches America that the peace treaty was signed.
There were no geographical or policy changes between the 2 sides. The only thing that was affected by this war was the Americans' patriotism.
The British suffered 8,600 casualties, while America suffered 11,300.
This made people more patriotic and symbolized that America was an independent country and was going to stay.